fixed because of my answer. There's not a single thing I can say in my answer right now that's going to make you fix it by yourself. Maybe there's something that I say in my answer that makes you realize to go get the help that you are worthy of and need. Just like all of us need help. All of us. There's no one watching this video that doesn't need help with something. That's for sure. Okay? Including me. I always need help. If you see a professional, this will help you a lot more to understand these things. Because what we do as professionals, or should do, I hope most of us do, is we don't tell people what to do. We help you figure out what that is for you. I would help you figure out a decision, a tough, hard decision that you have to make. I can help you figure that out by helping you know who you are. Okay? If I go down what relationships require with you, you'll see how much is missing. You've obviously been neglected. Neglect may be normal for you. And what that means is you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of how damaging it is. If you knew exactly how bad and damaging this was, unless you completely hate yourself, you would dump this guy in a second. It's just real obvious. I don't like to tell people to do that. You can look at all my videos and see how many times I told people to dump people and stuff. I don't think I've ever said that. I probably said you should leave someone, at least create space. This guy can't communicate. This guy is narcissistic as hell. I'm not diagnosing him. He's just narcissistic, selfish, one way. That's it, not your way. He's not agreeable, is he? He's not accepting of you. And he's not committed to you. He'll leave you in a second, especially when you really need him. That's when he'll leave, gone. Okay? You can't trust him. You don't feel secure. You don't feel safe. You don't feel loved and cared for and understood. None of it. I know you don't. You can't under these conditions. If you think you do, then it just shows that we just probably need more help than we thought. The help is going to help you have better relationships and have what you want and what you're looking for, what you need, what feels good, what you want, what you value. This guy doesn't value respect, honesty, integrity, respect for himself. He doesn't value acceptance. He's not loyal at all. This guy will switch on you on a dime. You have no, I wonder what he even says about you behind your back. He doesn't value your relationship, his relationship with you. There's only something about you he values and doesn't care who you are in here. I can tell, I know these things. It's not hard. And I wouldn't sabotage some relationship that could work. This isn't just communication problems. These are two people that shouldn't be together at all. And how do I know that? There's one key to that. And that's what we morally value. I don't care what he says. I'm going to guess you value the things, some of the things I've said. Honesty, integrity, respect for others, self-respect, acceptance, loyalty. I bet, sounds like most of us, not all of us, most of us value these things. The rest just say they do. So he'll say he does, I'm sure. And that means he doesn't know who he is. This is a immature boy, or he's using you, or both. The more conscious he is of what he's doing, the more he's manipulating you. My guess is he's not very conscious, and he's very scared, has very, very low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-respect, and he's scared of rejection, scared of commitment, might be scared of abandonment, I don't know. But he's keeping a foot out the door. He's never been committed to you. He's not committed to you. He won't invest. He won't try. He won't be vulnerable. He won't be honest. He doesn't know who he is, so he can't tell you. Anytime he says, I feel this, I want this, I need this, I am this, you don't know the truth. You don't, and he doesn't. He may be telling you what he thinks is the truth, but he's not accurate. Doesn't know who the hell he is. This is, yeah. Talk to people that you trust about this. Create more space away from him, and you'll see that your feelings change about him. If your feelings are true about somebody, if you really, really love someone, you'll be away from them for 10 days and love them at least as much, maybe more. But this, I promise you give 10 days away from him with no contact at all, no communication, you won't feel the same. I promise you. You'll be like, God, David's right. I don't know if I really love him that much. He says he loves you. I won't doubt it. What does he love about you? Doesn't sound like he even knows who you are, so how could he love who you are? But he knows what you are, and that's why he's with you. There's something about you that he likes. Your looks, sex, money, attention, appearance, style, status. Yeah. Emotional dependency. I hope I gave you enough advice. Talk to people in your life that you can trust, that respect you. If they don't even bother. Hire a professional. You can hire someone for at least an hour to help you with this. Yeah. Good luck. But there needs to be a lot more work. You need to learn why you're doing this, or you're going to keep doing it. Okay. It's not just about love. It's not all about the other people. It's about you. Okay. I'm not saying there's anything bad about you. It's just some things we need to fix because our programming and our education as children were by teachers that weren't very qualified. Okay. Not bad people. Just not very good at teaching you what you need. Okay. That's what professionals can do for you. I'm sorry you're in this relationship. It must be stressful. You are worthy and enough. You are worthy to have every single thing you want. Write it down. Right? What are your standards? What do you value the most? Write it down. What are the deal breakers? And don't try to change him. Just accept him for who he is. And don't accept his bull crap in your life. Don't do it. Okay. Rory from Ohio, it's harder for those who have been in a toxic relationship not to recognize when we are being bullied. Not just by them, but by others. Yeah. Could it be we are in denial, hiding our head in the sand, not wanting to create waves, fear of confrontation, and need to be everything to everyone? Thanks, David. I hope you're having a great weekend. I did. Thank you, Rory. I hope you did too. So is it harder for those who have been in a toxic relationship not to recognize when we are being bullied? Yeah, totally. I mean, it all is about childhood. I say that and I drill it. And, after helping hundreds, maybe more clients, it's 100%. I've only had one client that I couldn't show. And I know it was her childhood. And she knows who that is. She's my friend. Yeah. She won't see it. No, my childhood was great. Okay. Yeah. Look, how do you feel in relationships? Stressed or comfortable, right? Growing up as a child, we felt stressed. Didn't know what we didn't get what we needed. There's nothing more stress than that. And I'm talking emotionally, which is more important than physically. So how long can you go without water? It gets pretty stressful on day 2, let me tell you. I've been there. I've been lost in the woods. Day 2, no water, gets real stressful. No food. I've gone days and days and days without a single bit of food in my mouth. That gets stressful. Emotional needs are more important. You don't get those. That's very stressful. We probably don't want to live. So if that becomes normal, right? If we aren't worthy to feel good, we aren't worthy of what we want and need. This is how we're treated when we're children, and that becomes our worth. And so when people make us feel bad, that feels normal. That's what people usually do. I'm not worthy of making myself feel better or standing up for myself, telling them no. It's all normal. It's all normal. It's very rare that a kid is bullied in childhood, especially by more than one child or throughout their childhood, and it's very rare that they're not being neglected and or abused at home. I'll tell you, this is another moment, and I'm not judging parents. I'm not one, but I do know a couple things how I'd react to things. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever found out that my child was bullied ever, the world is going to pay. Let me tell you. I'm going to go to school with that child. I don't care how big. I'll stay 50 feet away. No one will know. And when those kids bully my child, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. And they're going to be screaming for mom and dad. They're going to be screaming for the police. Yeah. And I'm going to hold the school responsible. I'm going to hold the police responsible until my child can safely go to school. And my child is going to know this. and not take crap from people and know that they're worthy of better. And they're not going to judge people that do this. They're just going to accept that people are like this and not really worry about it much. And they're going to know how to react, and they're going to know all they have to do is come tell daddy. That's it. And it's taken care of. Trust me. My life on that. My life on that. No one's going to hurt my children. No one. I don't care. And I'm not going to move and go to different schools. No, we're going to go to this school. Yeah. Sounds extreme, but yeah, there's a couple times. I mean, there's people I care about. I've cared about other people's children. I've had pets. Even my pets, no one's going to treat that way. Okay? So when children are being treated that way, and one, they don't even go tell their parents, there's a problem. And if they're telling their parents and the bullying continues, there's a big, big problem, right? There's signs to children being bullied. There's signs. You don't see those signs, there's something wrong. My children probably wouldn't even have to tell me that there's a problem. I'd see it. They'd have to lie so well. Good luck. Okay, hope I made my point. Children are bullied because they're bullied at home. Period. Not every, I mean, I can't say all. Almost. But there's a real problem. You see that? If I continue getting bullied and I'm not telling my parents, or I'm telling them and it just continues. I mean, what's worse than that? I'm going to school and I have older kids bullying me, beating me up, taking my money, ripping my clothes up, making me cry every day. I mean, there's all kinds of problems. They bedwet at night and stuff. I mean, it's just, man, my kids experience it. I'm going to know. You don't have to tell me. And it's going to stop, man. There's my rant of the day. Salima from France. Hi, Salima. I have a question about relationships and why. What we feel when we face people and know we can trust ourselves, what our gut tells us. There is a woman I met many times these last months. There's a woman you met many times in the last months. The last two times was a bit strange. Once she spoke, I feel uninterested by what she was saying and completely bored. This was unusual to me as I never get bored for years. I have not felt bored except when I was a teenager or with a narc partner. And the other time when the conversation was over with that woman and we split, I felt a void inside of me. And for months, I had not felt that void. This puzzles me a lot. What does that mean? Is it a red flag, a warning my body is sending me that I should avoid this woman? Or is it my brain that is playing with me, keeping me away from relationships? How can I know? Well, how could I know, Salima, right? I wish there's something I could just tell you exactly. But here's what I'll tell you. Listen to your body. And this isn't to judge others. And we don't have to be scared. But don't ignore it, right? There's people, you will have different emotions and feelings from different people, period. I'll tell you right now, depression, contagious. Anxiety, contagious. Addictions can be contagious. I'm not kidding, okay? When we're around psychopaths, one best way to know we're around a psychopath is how we feel. I'm told feelings of feeling gross, feeling empty, cold, dark, negative inside, missing, void. What the hell was that? I don't understand. I've read stories and seen videos where people have had PTSD from just working with a psychopath. I'm talking very, very low functioning, nasty psychopaths too, not all of them. So we listen to how our body reacts and stuff. Another problem is when we're used to relationships, tumultuous, dramatic, emotional, all these kinds of things. Sometimes healthy people are boring. So it depends where you're at and what you're doing, where you're at in life. Salima, it sounds like this is so rare for you. This has never happened before. This is just this one person. And I'm not going to tell you about this person or who this is or, I don't know. I'm just trying to help you kind of feel your way around there. But we don't have, the more that we are better at communicating and the higher self-worth we have, the less we need to be scared of people, okay? Because when we need to make conscious commitments in relationships so that we're very conscious of it, not just let it kind of happen, talk about it with people. But regardless, let's say it's not negative or good. Let's just say you'd rather be around other people, different company that feels different than that, and just leave it at that, right? Don't have to look too far into it because you don't know this person. So what can you say? What can I say? I don't know them. Hope that helped. DD. Well, no, DDD. DDD. Love your channel. Very kind and clarifying. Thank you, DDD. Salima again. From friends, how can I be sure that I am not like the narcissist, not focusing on the outward of a person, but that I really do care about the inner being of someone? Well, the fact that you asked me that question means you do, right? How can you start fine-tuning that, huh? So, you have yourself and then you have others, right? Start focusing on your inner true self. So we're no longer going to judge ourselves for our appearance and how we look, and we're not going to put that much time into it anymore. And I'm not against it. I love makeup on women. I do. I love when they do their hair. I love when the hair's up. I like when long hair is up, and I like makeup. I do. Don't have to. You know, the woman I'm in love with doesn't ever have to wear makeup. Maybe, you know, hey, honey, I want to go out, you know, next month and go somewhere nice. You want to put on that really beautiful eyeshadow and eyeliner I really like, and I like the pink on your lips that you wear, that pink one. But it doesn't matter. And you stop focusing on that as much, okay? And we stop focusing so much on clothes, and maybe, you know, there's so many little things you can do, right? Buy cheaper clothes, buy less clothes, right? Have less belongings. And then we focus on what we emotionally need, what we want, and how we feel, and what we value, okay? We start focusing on these a lot, and investing on these things, and getting these things, and doing things that do this, and watching these videos, and taking my suggestions and stuff. And then when we interact with people, we try not to judge them for stuff like this and focus on that too much, and we talk about who they are. Hi, how do you feel? Instead of, what do you do? That's the big one. So instead of focusing on what people do, focus on how you feel or how they feel, okay? You can do that even when you're telling some, just like I said, your partner's doing something you don't like. If you just keep saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong, that's stupid, bad, now you're focusing on what they do, they're just going to be, it won't get anywhere, especially the narcissists, they aren't going to talk about it. So they don't think what they're doing is wrong. Honey, I don't feel good. I mean, God, if you care, why, honey? What's the matter? You know? Hey, honey, how you feeling today? I don't ask my friends anymore at all. Hey, you know, what are you doing? How you doing? In Australia, it's, how you going? Screw that. And I know it's just, you know, I don't even like it when I pass by somebody and they go, how you doing? I'm like, oh, thank you. How are you? And they just ignore me, keep walking. It's like, oh, you're just saying hi. I get it. Okay. But they're not very conscious. You just asked me a question. I asked you a question. You're not really, yeah. But my friends, I don't judge them on what they're doing. I just say, well, how does that make you feel? How you feeling today? How'd you feel this weekend? Really, start doing that, and you'll see, you'll start caring more. Okay, I hope that helped. Cinema. And next question is from Melly.s or Melis or Melissa. Hello, David. I have a question. My ex, who is a narc, pressed a pillow on my cat when he was sitting in the living room with my family. My dad was immediately told him to stop. I also remember him slapping on my cat's head. I got so mad when I saw him doing that. When I was hurting, he would get turned on. So I think he is sadistic, narc, but isn't that the behavior also psychopathic? Like he didn't even think that my dad was sitting with him in the living room. Yeah, I'm going to try not to go on a rant right now because I really love animals and dogs. So I'm not going to tell you what I would do if someone did that to my dog, okay? And I'm not going to tell anybody what they should do, listen. But that's illegal, okay? It's committing a crime, and he'll understand, and maybe he'll respect it more when the police are in there and he's in handcuffs. I don't know. Police don't really care that much about that either, so tend to. So I don't know where that would go. I've never done that. But it's illegal. He's committing a crime. What's odd about it is these are things that sociopathic children do. Torturing animals, putting it in the microwave, things like this. And it's just weird to see adults do that. It's extremely, extremely red flaggish. It's danger. It's violent. My question would be, would you ever have you, or did you have him around your cat a second time? Why? If you had children and someone abused and hit your children, would you leave your kids with them again? We can't control him. You can report him to police, which I think you should. And I definitely wouldn't have him anywhere near you, especially like your cat again. These are abnormal antisocial behaviors. The fact that he's doing it in front of people, he totally doesn't believe it's wrong. Some people will hurt animals out of anger and beat their dog, and they'll feel horrible about it later. I remember when I was younger, I had a Rottweiler, and I thought the only way, because he was pretty violent, pretty scary, and I've spanked him and stuff, and then I'd feel totally horrible afterwards. Okay, that stuff happens. This guy likes it. This guy's a provocateur, so he just enjoys provoking people. Very, very sick and disgusting. Is it psychopathic? Sure. But you're right, he's a sadist. He enjoys hurting things and hurting people and watching you suffer and hurt and cry. Okay? There's other disorders like that would explain this. But it's extremely antisocial. Is it psychopathic? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'm not saying psychopath, but is it psychopathic? Yeah, it's psychopathy. And you could say we're all on the spectrum of psychopathy somewhere, maybe one. Maybe really low, but he's up there a little bit just by those behaviors. That knocks him up a little. Yeah. And he's extremely dangerous, and I would not be around him. That's different than like a hunter, right? Who kills an animal and eats it. I know many hunters, and I've had hunters around my little doggy, and they treat him great. Like, this is just sadistic. It's just disgusting. Sorry, I said no rant. I hope I answered your question. Let me know. Sally, don't you think sometimes it's not the household parents, but possibly being bullied at school during informative years, or sibling teachers picking on someone, i.e. their environment other than home? Sure, Sally, but what is that? Think about what that child does. Look, if you have loving, caring parents that never hurt you, and they care about how you feel and what you need and what you want, things like this. If you go get hurt by people at school or wherever you're at and you come home, you tell your parents. The only children that don't tell their parents know that their parents don't care, or they'll get them more in trouble. They'll embarrass them and stuff like that. Okay? Think about that. Why wouldn't a child tell the parents? And in whatever reason you come up with, still, okay, but why they're not telling their mom and dad, who's there to make them feel better and safe. They don't want mom and dad to get involved. They'll embarrass them and stuff like that. There's a problem there too then. Parents, caretakers, teach children boundaries. Boundaries means you can't accept it. It's not that it just doesn't feel good. I can't ever allow someone to abuse me again, ever, no matter what, life or death. It's life or death. I can't just allow it. No, it doesn't just feel bad or wrong. It's worse than petting a cat backwards. It's not going to happen anymore. It's not even a choice anymore. A child that allows someone to be abused and doesn't tell their parents, there is a problem. Huge problem. Huge. I know it doesn't happen much. Not with loving parents. And those children that think that my parents are great and they don't neglect me or abuse me at all, they're probably just not seeing it like I get all the time. How do we know we're being neglected of something we never got? Right? What if we always had to have a red shirt? Every child had to have a red shirt. Must. And you never did. And I said, how does that feel? How could you explain that? I don't know. Never had one. I can't compare it. I'm adopted. I have people who aren't adopted. How does that feel? It's like, how would I know? I don't remember my past life where I wasn't adopted, so I can say, oh man, yeah, comparing to not being adopted, it's really weird. It's like, it's normal. When people that were adopted at a week old, days old, and they go on and on their whole life about being adopted, it's like, there's something else going on there, because it's normal. All I can say when someone says, how's it feel to be adopted? How's it feel not to be adopted? Right? All of you guys are, yeah, no kidding, huh? How would you explain that to me? Well, it feels normal. If you didn't get something your entire life, if you never even saw it, how can I sit there and go, how does it feel not to have that? You're like, well, I don't know. It's like going back in time and asking someone, how does it feel to never have a cell phone? So I don't know. Yeah, go back to 1901 and ask people, how's it feel to not have a cell phone? What? Hope I made my point. I can't say all. I don't know every situation. But it's just, that's why. That's why. There's something wrong. Something wrong. Okay. Surya. Hope I'm saying your name right. Don't know where you're from. Let us know next time. If an individual is toxic, but can't determine a narcissist or not, but still I don't know whether I should give them a chance. A chance for what? A healthy, loving, growing, functional relationship? You just said they're toxic. Give them a chance to hurt you? I would only imagine it would be external, like a narcissist. Give them a chance to be good in bed. Give them a chance to have a good time and party. Give them a chance to be good looking on your arm. Give them a chance to, do you get where I'm going here? Give them a chance to do what? If they're toxic, they're toxic. Just accept it and don't try to change them. How's that? If this is the kind of person you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Mandatory. This is the person I want. And you go find somebody that only has one of them. What are you going to do? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go find somebody that has all of them. Only if I believe I'm worthy of that. If I don't believe I'm worthy of that, I'm going to find someone that doesn't have very much of anything. And I'm going to change them. I'm going to help them change. Helping, I'm going to help someone better their life. No, that's from your standpoint that it's better. This person may not think. This person may think having all this is worse. Why would I want to do that? It's personality, guys. We don't change our personality. Just accept someone for who they are today. Don't judge them for the past. Hold them accountable for today. And don't try to change them. That's simple. But you have to feel worthy of it. If you're not doing that, you don't feel worthy of it. I am worthy of the person that I want because the person that I want is a lot like me. And I'm not saying I want someone like me in my life. Not at all. Not at all. But I strongly value honesty, integrity, and respect. And that so do other people in my life. They have to. They have to. And not just tell me. I'm worthy of actually seeing it. And I don't commit until I do. And I don't have sex until I do. And I don't talk about my money and my past and things like this until I see it. Okay? But I take a chance and trust people. It's the only way to trust them. But yeah, if an individual is toxic, should I give them a chance? What's your definition of toxic? If someone has all of us may have some kind of disorder. If that's what you're saying, everybody's got problems. No, that's not why we dump somebody. Yeah, we give people a chance even if they have a problem. But I consider toxic is affecting other people around them. That's what I think of as toxic. Somebody who has drug addictions. Somebody who hits people. Somebody who's throw things and brain things. And someone who lies. Say, no, I'm not going to give them much of a chance. I'm not even going to hire them for a job. I hope I helped you understand. Let me know if I misunderstood your question, okay? Or your name, Surya. And Rory again from Ohio. Hi, Rory. Could you talk about forgiveness? I realize some things are unforgivable, but some things are just mistakes or missteps. It's what's on my mind and heart the most today. It would be nice if we could all step back and ask what was going on when you made certain decisions and why jumping to conclusions or making rash decisions is not a solution. It hurts everyone. It sure does. It sure can. I think it was Emma who mentioned mindfulness. Mindfulness from all parties. Thanks, David. Yeah, mindfulness. We want self-awareness of who we are. I always do these things right here. But we want mindfulness of what we're doing. And that can be a tough one for some people. Okay? Because a lot of us, it's a lot easier to look at other people's behaviors, other people's actions, rather than our own. It can actually hurt if we don't like ourselves much. But forgiveness. Forgiveness. This is a big, big topic, especially when we talk about healing, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure, I don't think I'm making an assumption, but I'm pretty sure that all recovery, they believe, professionals believe that it depends on forgiveness. I don't. No, I don't think we have to forgive anyone. Ever. Except ourselves. Always. Always. It doesn't matter what we've done. The worst. We've got to forgive ourselves. And that's why we don't repeat it. So don't be messed up about that. Forgiving ourselves doesn't mean that we repeat it. It's the narcissist that doesn't forgive themselves that repeat it. Okay? Maybe not even think that their behavior is wrong or bad in any way. We don't have to forgive anybody. And the first thing I'm going to say is, why would we forgive someone who's not asking for it? I have a lot of people who have wronged me deeply in my life. They never apologized. Why would I forgive them? I will forgive myself for allowing it to happen. I will forgive myself for not reacting the way I wanted to. I will forgive myself for hurting them back. I will forgive myself for every little thing I've ever done. And I will love myself no matter what, 100%. Okay? But I will not forgive other people if I don't want to. Okay? Because I don't love them. Not anymore. All right? And I don't believe that we need to set ourselves free. We need to understand it. We need to understand what happened and why. Just forgiving someone, we may not learn anything. I understand it's compassionate, but when we learn to accept ourselves, we start having self-compassion. And that leads to compassion to others. So we don't have to forgive them. We just understand it. Okay? A child comes up and kicks you in the shins. Maybe because they like you. Right? Do you have to forgive him? No. But you have to understand it's just a child and have some compassion, right? Do you see that? You can forgive. Sure. It can probably really help you. It might. But this whole should and have to, no. Nope. And I'll challenge anyone on that. Anyone on that. Because I know what they say. Trust me, I've been there. I've read it all. I've seen it all and heard it all. Oh, it can release so much negativity and anger. Well, what if I don't have any negativity or anger anymore? I understand it. Do I forgive the person that tried to kill me? Who plotted and planned it for a very long time and really tried to go through it? Really tried to go through with it? No, I don't forgive them today. Am I angry at them anymore? Not at all. I wish them the best in life. Absolutely. I mean it genuinely. I don't want any more harm on that person than they've experienced in their lifetime. I want them away from me. That's all. I'm safe. I don't forgive them. I don't understand that. Why do I have to forgive? If I do, great. And I don't even care. Will I say I forgive them? Yeah, I don't really care even then. But it's not about that. I know that what they'll say, forgiveness is about the self and to be allowed to heal. No, I've healed without forgiving. I did it. I did it. You can test me. Put me on a lie detector test. I have no ill feelings towards people that abuse me. None. It's them, not me. Taking it personal at this point would just be ego. Stupid. I understand it. And that really helps. It helps a lot. Okay? It helps a lot. Emily Merton from Africa says, why does people respect one person and not another person? Aren't we all guilty of that, huh? Here's a statement I just thought of. If we value acceptance, we'll respect. And if we value acceptance and respect, we'll show it to everyone. Right? Right? I value acceptance, so I'm going to try my hardest to accept everyone in this world for who they are. Don't have to accept them in my life. That's not judgment. It's acceptance. Okay? And if I value respect, I'll show it to everyone. Or I'm being judgmental if I change this, right? I can show you enough. Someone can sit there and yell the most nasty obscenity to me. I can still be respectful as I walk away and never see them again. And I walked away being true to myself. And I held everything principle. Didn't move them. It'll feel good. I'm telling you, that's the secret, guys, of feeling really good about awful experiences, is being true to yourself. I'm telling you, I found the secret. That's it. And you treat someone with respect and you walk away. And they didn't change you. And you didn't try to change them. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I hope that makes sense. If not, just keep asking me. And that's it today, guys. That's all the questions. Thank you very, very much for all of them. They were great. I hope you guys understood my answers. I hope I didn't miss any questions. Just keep them coming, guys. And you can keep talking about the same questions, right? I answered maybe just a part of your question. Keep coming with the same things, okay? Have a little dialogue. That's what this is for. It's supposed to be a safe place for you guys to learn and grow. Thank you, all of you, very much. Love yourself first. I'll see you next week. If you can, please subscribe to the channel. I need the help. Subscribe. You can hit the notification bell, let you know when videos come out. Share this video with someone else, okay? Comment down below. Vote. Thank you. Love yourself first. Bye.